maybe, I don't know, maybe not. It's 91 degrees outside. It's warm. Slowly but surely churning its way our direction. Until then, sorry guys, it's going to be hot. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect with this cell as it's pushing east. It's going to be chilly. Careful. It's supposed to get down to 44. That's actually changed in about the last 2 or 3 hours. Tuesday p.m., there's your chance. Right over Syracuse as we go through the evening, and then by Wednesday morning, it's out of here. The warning has been extended until 4:30 for Trenton Falls, Morehouseville, and Gray. That's going to hit us probably tomorrow morning, midday, so it's going to warm up and then it's going to fire off a couple of thunderstorms. 5 to 10 miles an hour when we get that northwest flow here in Syracuse. It's drying us out and it's keeping us cool. They fired up just off to the east of us there and then rolled through. We'll stop it again and you'll see that cell right there was the cell that actually fired 2 tornadoes, amazingly. Howdy folks, your NCC weather update coming at you guys right now. Hey, let's take a look outside at the tropics. How about that? Hurricane season has started. We got our first named storm, Arlene, down here. You'll notice this is the Bay of Campeche. It's moving its way toward Tampico, Texas. Currently 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's not that strong. They're not expecting a whole lot of development out of this guy, moving west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. You'll actually even notice the millibars up here. It's at 1,002 millibars currently in Syracuse right now. We're at like 1,011. Basically, the millibars, a measurement of how strong a hurricane is or a tropical storm is. The lower the number, the stronger it is. If it's sitting at 1,000, it's not a whole heck of a lot stronger than, heck, the weather that rolled through here yesterday. And let's take a look at the forecast map for it, and you'll notice this is actually the forecast map with the winds included. And you notice as it moves its way toward Tampico, all the winds on the north side, the north and northwest side, that's because we've got southerly winds chopping off the top of all the clouds. Not a whole heck of a lot of development. By the time it rolls through Tampico, winds between 50 and 60 miles an hour. Not a spectacular way to kick off the hurricane season, but to be honest, that's kind of the way we like it. Let's keep people safe. Closer to home, 65 degrees here in Syracuse as we look outside. 29.89 on the barometer. Humidity at 70%. That northwest flow back. 5 to 10 mile an hour winds keeping us nice and cool and comfortable. Let's take a look at the almanac. Record high 95 degrees back in 1971. Record low 52. Average 80 and 58. We're not going to be anywhere near that average. In fact, as we take a look around central New York right now, it's pretty cool outside. We're all in the low to mid 60s. We're looking at, 65 here in Syracuse, 61 down in Binghamton, 64 in Watertown. It's a comfortable morning. Lunch is coming up soon. By the way, head outside, eat lunch outside. The sun is getting through the clouds. It's going to be fantastic. Let's take a look around the nation. You'll notice it's pretty moderate around the nation as well. As I back out of the way here, you'll notice that up in the northwest, we're sitting in the mid-50s to low 60s. Same goes for Green Bay, Wisconsin. All that heat down there in Texas in the south. Dallas at 83, New Orleans 84. All that's going to be moving our way over the next couple of days, which means not only a heat up, but thunderstorms are on the way. In fact, as we take a look at the map, you'll notice that a cold front, we've got a stationary front down here, down in the south. This low is going to be moving its way northward, pushing that ridge of high pressure out of the way. And as it moves our direction, the rain is going to return, and that's coming this weekend. But for now, let's take a look at tonight. You're looking at about 61 degrees. It's going to be cool. We're going to have clearing late. I think that clearing is actually going to come a little bit earlier than originally expected. 61 degrees tonight. It's going to be pretty comfortable. Tomorrow, the comfort continues. We're going to be in the mid-70s around the area, 76 here in Syracuse. Some lingering AM clouds. They're not going to stick around for much longer than the 9 or 10 o'clock hour. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast, and it's looking pretty decent, actually. Thursday, tomorrow, 76 degrees. Friday, 83 as that warm air builds northward. Saturday, 87 and those strong thunderstorms rolling through. But again, like always, after the strong thunderstorms roll through, a cool down on Sunday and 76 before more storms again on Monday for your 4th of July. Coming up next, an NCC weather update. Just take a look outside. Current conditions, 86 degrees outside, barometer 29.78, humidity 60%. Winds blowing from the south 10 to 15 miles an hour. Those are about to get a little more dicey. We'll get to that in a second. Let's take a look at the almanac. Record high 97, record low 44. Averages, we've made it into the 80s for the average. Average high 80, average low 58. Let me get out of the way here. And we'll pull up the How We Did Yesterday chart. This is like actually one of my favorite charts because I'm usually right. No, I'm just kidding. Comfortable overnight. It was great last night, wasn't it? About 70 degrees through about midnight or so. We called for some afternoon thunderstorms today. Those are actually going to blow through here in about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or so. Called for a high temperature of 86, currently sitting outside at 86 degrees. So, hey, we did pretty good. Let's take a look at the current temperatures actually around central New York if we can for a quick second. Watertown, 81, 86 in Syracuse, 80. Down there in Binghamton, Rochester's, it's warming back up in Rochester. They had those storms actually that are headed our way roll through this morning about a couple hours ago. They've started to warm back up. We'll pull up the radar real quick, and you'll notice that that line of storms is heading our direction. Just trucking right down I-90, headed towards Syracuse. As of right now, no watches or warnings associated with these storms, but do be prepared for some inclement weather. We're talking about 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. We're talking about hail and frequent cloud to ground lightning. So for tonight, be prepared. Thunderstorms, they're going to be ending. Don't worry. They're going to be early, cloudy late, low of 68. Those clouds are going to trap a lot of the heat. So for tomorrow, we're going to start out cloudy and not get a whole heck of a lot warmer. Your high is going to be 72. Afternoon sunshine, it's coming, don't worry. The 5-day forecast for you guys, 72 tomorrow, like I mentioned, 76 on Thursday. Then the warm-up begins, and it's going to get pretty toasty. I've called for sun on Friday. By the time Saturday rolls around, we're looking at thunderstorms, and then Sunday again, more thunderstorms.
They're working hard, perhaps too hard. The first snow event of the season has dropped around 2 feet of snow, and it's still coming down. Syracuse DPW Commissioner Pete O'Connor says his snow and ice team is working around the clock.
When we go to our 12-hour shifts, we just extend the people from the 3:30. They'll go on to 6:30, 7 o'clock. Then the people started at 10, we bring them in at 7. So you got people going from 7 to 7. We also have this, whenever we go 12-hour crew with our plowing, snow and ice removal, we also go 2 12-hour shifts with mechanics.
O'Connor worries the long days will take its toll on everyone.
You can do it!
And everything.
Our equipment is old, and that's what we worry about in situations like this. We worry about the equipment breaking down, and then we also worry about, after 3 to 4 days, 12-hour shifts, our people break down.
James Wilkos, fleet manager, says it's a grind, especially with all hands on deck.
Right now I have 8 heavy equipment mechanics, I have 2 mechanics, auto mechanics, I have a machinist, 2 welders, tire guy, and a body guy. We're here at 7 o'clock in the morning to 7, 9 o'clock at night, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. You get tired after a while.
The garage is bracing for more long days ahead. Forecasters say snow will continue through Thursday morning before picking up again Friday night. Nick Lilia, NCC News.